Hello, awesome teachers! We are going to talk about the back to school digital breakout that is on the Learning is Not Quiet Teachers Pay Teachers page because I want to make sure that everybody who purchases this product knows how to use it and feels comfortable. This is a totally new time of learning, and I still think it's really important for us to build relationships with students and to try to have some kind of fun and normalcy in our lives. And so that's what I'm trying to do with this product. And hopefully after walking everybody through it, we'll be a little bit more comfortable with how this works. One thing I do want to point out, unlike other Teachers Pay Teachers products, my product is intended to be shared with all of the teachers on one team. So if you're on a team of 5th grade teachers, feel free to share it with everybody else because I know how tough it is. So how to set this up. The first thing you need to do is, and here's the whole slide reiterating this, but you're going to go through first, you're going to delete all of the how-to slides because you don't want students to see these slides, which are the answer key, and these slides would be confusing for them, so you delete. Then you click that yellow button that says share, you click copy link, and when it says link copied, you then go to your Google, I call it the polka dot box, and you share it on your Google Classroom just like you would any other Google document. So students are going to push present just like you saw me do, and this should be the second or first screen that they see. And it will walk them through the directions from here. So it says push present to start the digital breakout, which just means present the slideshow. Unscramble the letters into the spaces. Write down the circled letters on a separate sheet of paper. When you get to the end of all the TV screens, click where the mystery directions are sending you. So this is glue if I unscramble the letters, so the G is the letter I'm keeping for myself. I would continue unscrambling all those letters until I figure out where to go next. So I'm going to undelete those instruction slides to kind of go back through the rest of setting this up. The goal of this is for students to go through all the clues and send you a secret code word at the end of this breakout. Very important concept is frustration is the name of the game. I really use this product in my classroom year after year after year after year, honestly, because it tells me so much about my students. I have used this in-person scavenger hunt dozens of times in my classroom over the years, and consistently certain trends appear. A few moments of frustration. So students will get to a certain clue and click on the teacher, and they will think that the passcode is 2239. They will click on the teacher and go back to the lockbox. They will be frustrated when they enter 2239 and the code doesn't work. A few key trends appear when this happens. Notice these trends when they happen in your classroom. For me, this gives me priceless information about my new class and really helps me get a sense of who my new humans are, especially when it comes to rigor. So these are kind of the roles that appear. The problem solver, the I didn't care in the first place, the complainer, the team player, and the need to solver. And so I kind of want to show you what that looks like. So as you're listening to your students or as they're kind of reporting back to you, you understand what they're experiencing. That first clue we decoded and it said go to the door. So we went to the door, we solved that clue. So when I've solved that I need to go to the door, I push present and then I clicked on the door. This appears, okay? So the answer to this puzzle right here is 2339. So after this, you push the arrow, you go back to this room. I accidentally exited out. Either way, it's fine. So usually students will click on the teacher because they're like, oh, I have a 4-digit code. They have to enter their email address, and then they type in the code. And if they type in the wrong code, it will say wrong number, try again, and come back when you're ready. That's really important that students don't submit until they have the correct answer. So what happens from here is there'll be a couple different people. So the problem solver is the person who gets to this point and realizes that 2339 is on the window, and that's actually where they need to go, not to the lockbox. So this is what's supposed to happen, essentially. That's what the problem solver is doing. When they're done, they click back on the student and go back to the classroom. I kind of want to go through these other roles as well. So the problem solver gets to this point, they go back to the classroom, and they refigure it out. They realize the code actually leads to the window. The I didn't care in the first place student is the person who gives up immediately. They don't even try anything else and find someone else to talk to or something else to do. I let this happen because I really want them to reflect on how easy it was for them to give up, and I want them to notice that so they don't repeat that in core subjects. It's all about increasing that rigor, and the person who is the I didn't care in the first place hasn't developed that yet. The complainer goes to the teacher and repeatedly complains that the lock is broken. They'll click on the teacher, try the lock, see that it's broken. They'll usually go back to the math problem, resolve, realize they have the same answer, go back to the lock, try it again. So they actually try the same thing usually over and over again, and they keep coming back to the teacher because they don't have any other strategies of how to move past this puzzle. The team player doesn't give up and involves everybody else on the team, and usually the team is able to figure out that that same code is on the window. The need to solver goes around and clicks randomly until everything starts working. They start usually entering random digits into the lock, hoping to get it eventually. So obviously you want students to be the problem solver or the team player. The next best thing is the need to solver. They're trying to figure it out independently, but this is usually the kind of student who's not going to ask for help when they need it as the year goes on. So this really gives you a good picture of what to expect. So again, frustration is the name of the game. I did a beta test of this digital classroom and the same thing happened. It is okay. Let the frustration happen. I love doing a debrief afterwards with my class. I am okay if even half of my kids don't finish because it's not about finishing. It's about learning. I first let my students know that it's okay to get frustrated after we've done this. Have students journal about what happened when they get frustrated. I even will tell them the traditional roles that appear that I showed on the last slide and ask them to think about who they were and who they want to be. I connect this to math or science or reading, and I have students think about what to do when these subjects get hard, what to do when they're learning some math and they don't know what's happening or they get to a hard word that they don't understand. This is usually a big aha moment that leads to a lot of growth. The objective is I want them to realize that they want to be the team player or the problem solver and not the complainer, the I didn't care in the first place, or the person who gives up. Use this as a springboard to set expectations about strategies and what to do when schoolwork gets too tough during this unusual learning environment. Note this is also great because the kids have to send you an email with the secret word, which is a great thing to do after a long, boring syllabus experience or explaining Google Classroom. It's a great way to check if kids can find your email and can find the actual assignment on Google Classroom in the first place. It's kind of an exit ticket to this intro to all the technology. So a key concept of my escape rooms is not everyone gets a juice box. This is intended for upper elementary, so I definitely would not recommend this for second grade. It's more meant for 4th, 5th grade or middle school. Part of my escape rooms values having a prize, but only for the first place team. I set the idea early that we win with respect and lose with dignity. Set the expectation early that prizes will only be given to the top team and that participating in the activity was still worth it even if you didn't win. I love using homework passes as a reward and highly recommend it as a prize for this escape room. So this is really important because it helps develop that idea of teamwork among students because the teams are not leveled. The same people are not always winning, and that's kind of a cool piece. It forces students to work together who might not usually have found each other, and it develops all of those strategies that they need to participate in the day-to-day functioning of your class. So this is the answer key. Notice that the words that are underlined are the real answers. The other ones are the answers to the decoy clues, just in case students get confused and they're asking you for help. And there isn't a lockbox in the front of the room. Lock is the final word that they're emailing to. So they're unscrambling these. Like we said, they're going to the door, they're doing the math, they're clicking on the window. They're trying to avoid clicking randomly to avoid the decoy clues, and in the end, when they finally solve it and they click on the teacher and they've entered the right lockbox code, they should end up with the word lock, which they're emailing to you. So I hope this helps you be more excited and comfortable with using this digital escape room in your classroom. Please feel free. I understand that this is a weird time to email me questions, comments, concerns that you have, and I will do my best to help you brave and awesome teachers. Have a wonderful day.